Oh, shit. Could you reach up and turn the light on? I totally forgot to turn the light on. Such a great start to the stream.
Let's just knock over everything. All right, so how's this work?
Here, I'll have to crawl under. I don't think you can reach that.
Oh, it's a plug. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely wouldn't. Her mic's on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Full gruntle. That's what I want. Surprise! It's a Tom.
There we go.
What up? Oh, shit. Oh, Tom, wait. Oh, just friends. Just friends, mate. Oh.
Okay.
Famous last words.
Fucking hell. There we go.
Oh, you're on cable. Mic cable, that is. What up, Curry?
Oh, hello. All right, we're live.
Why didn't you retie
Shut the fuck up.
of this video?
All right. Well, anyway, that's our intro. Hi, I'm Thomas, aka Mr. Warburg. That's Joey. He's at Private Joke 1 on Twitter. I'm at Mr. Warburg on Twitter. We are the Bottom Shelf Nerds. This is the third edition of the Bottom Shelf Show. Technically, it's the fourth one we've ever shot, but the first one's a pilot. And we're not really planning on ever putting that out. So, yeah, it was the thing. Hopefully this one goes better. This is the second one we've streamed.
Yes. Yep.
The other one we recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we both recorded both. One was video and one was audio only.
Yep.
So we're in technically our fourth iteration of the show. So hopefully it goes well. Hopefully we have Ty in the chat. And if you want to be in the chat and you're watching this over on YouTube, we're going to be doing this every other week. Thereabouts at some point during weekends. And, be in the chat, hang out, talk shit to us during the show.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk shit right back to you. Don't worry about it.
We'll fling that fecal.
Yep, just fling it all over the place.
Wow.
I got a bunch of fucking monkeys at a zoo.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. So,
We're...
Joey, it has been a bit since we recorded the last
yeah.
podcast. I want to say, 3 weeks? It's been at least since Infinity
it's been
War.
A good distance, yeah.
No, nearly a full month. We did Infinity War. That was episode number 2.
Oh, shit.
It was like 45 minutes of just us yelling about Marvel stuff.
Oh, I thought that was the Lister review.
No, that was the first one.
Okay.
That was episode number 1. Was ranking the MCU.
They all blurred it.
Jeez, it's the third episode and he's already forgot what the fuck we're doing. All right, so what have you been up to in the near month since the last episode?
There's a bat living in my recording area, so that's kind of exciting.
Is it still there?
Yep.
Is it shitting on your computer right now?
No, I hope not. I'm rather pissed, but it's just
If it does, make sure you catch it and use it for fertilizer.
it's a fertilizer. Gotcha. You have to plant all the
Bat guano makes
Bat
excellent. It's nitrogen-rich fertilizer.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought people just ate it. Ugh. What? Just good taco dip.
No,
chip
that's
dip.
guacamole, not guano.
Oh, that changes my aspect on
Yeah,
Chipotle
just
then.
a little bit.
No, but I've got a batlet trying to dive bomb me once in a while.
Jesus.
It's only happened
move
once,
the mic
but I was rather scared.
to the right. Yeah, like how you can see my face, but my mic is still kind of in front of me.
Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got the bat. That's kind of it, really. Last month, there's a lot more Fortnite being played now.
Yeah.
I think last month, I wasn't even playing Fortnite. I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Now I'm just playing the fuck out of it.
Yeah, he has been. Like, literally, I texted him like 10 minutes before we were planning to go live.
Yep.
Like, hey, you still coming out? At what time? And whenever you're free. He's still playing Fortnite.
I'll be out there when this match is done. Just saying.
Yep. All right. See, me last night. Okay, so we had just a weird farm story last night. So I'm playing. I was playing PUBG at the time and just dicking around, playing around with the new update. And my mom calls me at like 8:30. She's like, "Hey, you need to come out. A truck's missing." Like, John, he's kind of like not really married to my grandma, but like they're together. So I don't really know what to call the guy. Old family friend, I guess. Yeah. He's like 83, 84. And he drove the fill truck for the sprayer out after the sprayer. My dad's doing contract spraying in a separate field he's never done before. And he gave John a plat book with circle on the map. Like, hey, this is where you go. You've never gone there. This is where you go. And John takes off. Apparently has trouble getting off the yard. Like, my mom's outside doing weeding. And she's like, yeah, he took like 4 tries to get off the lane. So, like, he wasn't, like, she was, like, almost like he, like, was not all there. And so she's freaking out. My dad's freaking out. My grandma's freaking out. And we're all out driving looking for him.
Yeah.
And so about an hour of we're driving around back roads, my dad gets a call. He's sitting in my passenger seat, and it's John, and I can hear him basically screaming into the phone because he's an old guy who doesn't get how mics work. And apparently what he did was the truck broke down, probably ran out of gas is what he thinks, and what it turned out to be. And he had to walk 5 miles to find a place that had that people lived on. There were a couple acreages near where he broke down. It's not technically a street legal vehicle because it's just a farm truck. We just take it to go spray. That's it. It never goes anywhere. The trailer doesn't really. It goes no more than 5 miles down the road, and then that's it. We never drive it during the night because it doesn't have working lights. So the truck breaks down. It's out of gas. He has to walk 5 miles, and it's on the middle of a gravel road because nobody fucking lives out there. And so he basically borrows a person's car. They weren't home to drive back to our place to get a phone that worked because they didn't want to go into their house to use their phone. And because we're out here, nothing's locked. And he calls from his cell phone, which he had left in his truck. And so he basically conscripted my grandma to help him return the stolen vehicle before they got home. It was
I didn't realize how much depth to it.
Oh yeah, and then it took us 45 minutes to get the thing running again because we had to
run it through the system.
Yeah, we had to get through the system, and I had a whole Twitter thread up about it, which I'll probably link to in the link dump down below. But God, it was just a weird thread. It took 3 hours, and I didn't eat. I went to bed. I ate a bowl of ice cream when I got home. It was it's 11:30 at night. I just got home. You were still just about wrapping up your stream in Fortnite, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna eat some ice cream and go to bed."
Well, you never did answer. Oh, you said it was for podcast channel, but I was like, "You got home," and I was like, "We're just wrapping up," and I was switching to talk show, and you're just like, "Yeah, just got home." I'm like, what the fuck were you doing?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Super confused. Oh wow, dude, wow.
Yeah,
that's freaking. And he had the cell phone in the truck the whole time.
In his pickup, not in the truck. Yeah, he left it in the truck he left in our yard.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it was fucking weird.
Committed Grand Theft Auto.
I was like, you know what? That's never gonna happen in Stardew. Not in simulated farming, but in real farming, it does.
Oh, it does.
Oh yeah. So I get to relearn how to drive stick shift so I can be the one that follows. I haven't driven stick since I was 11.
Is it a semi? Or
it's a semi.
That's different.
Yeah.
So get used to
Last time I drove, I think I learned on a straight truck that hasn't ran since I learned.
Ooh,
I didn't break it or anything, but it was just we haven't needed the straight trucks in 10 years. 10, 15 years because we had a couple semis. And because my dad got good deals on them, so we haven't run the straight trucks.
Wow.
And the one still runs. The one I learned on still runs. But it's got no brakes, but it turns over.
You can go forward and backwards.
So it's one with a hydraulic bed, so we want to keep that one. It's got a dump bed, which is nice.
Or nice to have.
I haven't had to learn how to use or drive stick, and I only learned 2 days, and then we stopped using it, and then now I got to relearn how to drive stick. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Just remember, there's a sweet spot.
Yeah.
In the clutch. That's basically it.
All right. So what do you say we get into some news? This is a podcast, and it's about so our podcast, if you're watching, it's kind of about us just shooting the shit because we've known each other for over 20 years in a small town in Iowa, and we're also going to talk a little bit about gaming news, movie news, reviews, what we think of topics of the day. Not political stuff, more nerd stuff. If something's massive enough, maybe we'll get into something. Who knows? As Ty says, she drives her dad's car for shits and giggles. You move it just to fuck with him. I like your style, nice. Ty. I like your style. So some news has come out in the 3.5 weeks since we've last done a show.
A little bit, small amount.
And so we're gonna change scenes
just barely
here.
Amount.
We're gonna go to a trailer.
I'm small.
And of course, that being the Fallout 76 trailer. Now, Joey.
Yes.
Headphones on.
I love this.
Guard your ear holes, people. We're gonna turn the
down for what?
We're not turning down for anything. Stop asking that question. All right, here we go. Don't do that.
Sorry. Red Solo Cup. I fill you up.
We should recut that.
We should.
It just freeze on it.
Just freeze up.
Great song.
Last
But when the fighting is stopped and the fallout is settled, you must rebuild.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads, take me home, country roads.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
Fallout 76. All right, so obviously that came out.
Oh,
That trailer launched.
First impressions.
I'm intrigued. I love the trailer.
Yeah.
It's a cool trailer. It reminded me a lot of the Fallout 3 intro trailer, especially
yeah.
with the
zoom
crackling
out.
of the vacuum tubes turning on into the music. Sounded because it's got that muffled coming through the radio sound and then transitioned into the full song, much like the Fallout 3 initial like trailer did. Obviously, this isn't gonna be. We'll get into this in a second. It looks snazzy. It does look snazzy. It's basically the Fallout 4 engine, though a little bit nicer because they've been probably refining it in the 2 years since that game has come out. You'll never play it, but it was fun to watch. I don't know if it's gonna be for me. I'm curious to see, and it depends on what it launches at price point. If we buy it right away. Which now we're going to get into some analysis. So the trailer came out, and I'm going to switch to my other one there. It's the next game. It's going to launch on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. This is an article from Charlie Hall on Polygon. So this came out after a 24-hour live stream where Bethesda basically just had the Vault Boy sitting in the front with the Please Stand By image playing in the back on loop. And they actually had different cast and crew just show up and get in costume and stuff and just walk by the stream and be like, what? And then they leave. That's all. That's all they did for 24 hours. And they had 150,000 viewers at one point. All Fallout fans freaking out. And then they announced that it's going to be Fallout 76. And a lot of the initial rumors and stuff that are coming out about its development was that it started as the potential multiplayer add-on for Fallout 4, which was initially a rumored thing after E3 2015, was that there might be co-op base building.
A Rust
you could share the world a little bit and build bases with each other. And that eventually did not come to pass in Fallout 4. But apparently the work has not stopped on this project. They decided, well, instead of putting it in Fallout 4, let's just make it its own game in a couple years. Let's flesh out the mechanics. Let's flesh out maybe a limited story, because it's probably going to have a little story. Obviously not going to be an entire story. It's not going to be a full Fallout game. It's way too soon, because it's not from a third-party developer. It's from Bethesda Studios.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of some third-party people, but they're not pulling a New Vegas.
Yeah.
It's a totally separate entity. It's a main game that they're not working on. The third-party people are not working on. It's not going to be a full-on RPG. Is what I mean. This isn't a New Vegas situation where they banged it out in 18 months after Fallout 3 came out.
Okay.
So, what do you think, Joey?
I think for retail, I think it's gonna be mostly an Ark or a Rust scenario. You have 5 people, I think, on a map, and you build, survive, explore.
Is it going to be strictly co-op, or are you going to be able to fight each other?
I think it's Bethesda. Bethesda's going to be Bethesda. It's going to have a good single multiplayer also.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's multiplayer,
yes.
Are you going to be able to fight each other, or are you going to be stuck being co-op?
After rewatching this probably a 6th time, there's a lot of competitive games kind of being shown, and a soccer field. So I'm there might be competitive. There might be some shooting, some PvPing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is it going to be PvP, or is it going to be that? I think it's going to be more 7 days, in that it's a co-op.
Survival.
It's co-op survival.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind, actually, we were talking about this the other night, and what I would like to see is if it's not strictly co-op, or if it is co-ops with different factions. That'd be cool.
That'd be
co-op
dope,
with
yes.
different factions.
Yep.
Where you have someone being on the ground survivor and someone who comes from the vault.
Yep.
And it always starts 25 after the years after the end of the world, which is when this is set to be. And then if you choose to be someone who's lived on the ground their whole life, someone who has survived the apocalypse, not in a vault, then you have less health, less stamina, but you have better technical know-how, and you can know how to build like structures and like how things work better than a vault dweller will. A vault dweller will have better physical stats, but less so of the how to build like and how to survive.
Like less street smarts, essentially.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yep.
And that would be a fun thing to work with.
That'd be cool.
It'd be a cool mechanic. I'm curious to see
Could you do classes technically, or do you?
I don't think you would.
Kind of level
It'd be
up?
free.
So, kind of pick and choose as you go.
Pretty much, Ty. It sounds a lot like the 100, which is like everyone they survived in a mountain, and they're only they couldn't come out because they would die from radiation poisoning. It was a whole thing. Great show. Basically, this is my plug of watch the 100 people. If this is out on YouTube, watch the fucking 100. Stop right now. Go to Netflix. Watch the 100. Fix your life. So, anything else?
I really pray to goodness that
Will goodness answer?
let's hope so. I mean, PUBG loot lords never answer my prayers.
Nope.
But same with Fortnite. But I hope it's not a battle royale.
Oh, it won't be. If no way this game had been worked on for 2 years and was a
Could
battle
you
royale.
imagine fucking just
They would have had to start.
Fallout?
They would have had to start within the last 12 months for it to be, and it's been worked. It's
man.
been worked on since late 2014. No way this is battle royale.
That'd be
Everyone's
fucking
making the
scary.
jokes about it, but
yeah.
it's not gonna be.
100 vault dwellers pop out of vaults.
No
Loot
way.
and build and shoot.
It'd be awesome, but no way.
I don't know if it'd be that. Oh,
I think
God.
it kind of. I think it'd be awesome to be a game mode, not the full game.
Yeah,
but if that's a
yeah.
mode
Oh,
where
yeah.
you just start all like Hunger Games style. You're on the very edge of the map and you just got to go.
Running. Oh, that'd be
I think it'd be
cool.
great. I'd play the hell out of that every once in a while, especially in the
That's fun.
Fallout universe.
Oh yeah.
That'd be sweet.
Would you add building mechanics and stuff?
No,
I think I would.
depends on how fast you want the games to be.
Oh yeah.
Because if you do it like the Fallout building from Fallout 4, your games are gonna last hours.
Won't last too long if you do the circle rotation and everything like that.
Yeah, but then why? Then the building takes too long in the Fallout mechanic. That building takes a while. It's build and snap.
I never really built that much.
It takes a while.
and-
It's time
yeah.
consuming. So if you do that, you can't shrink the map. Otherwise, why put in the building at all?
Well, when you build protection, you don't like hide in bushes and wait for
Yeah.
the opponent.
But it would need to be a slow thing. It takes a while. In the Fallout, they'd have to completely change the mechanics of it.
Yeah, I don't know the building process.
Yeah,
so
it's
I can't really judge on
slow.
that. 'Cause I'm just thinking like the Fortnite setup.
It's
where essentially
basically
where you-
Forge in Halo. Which there's nothing second
So it's
to.
like instantly apply. Because Forge was like that.
Yeah,
Forge
but
was usually puts up.
yeah,
puts
but
up, it's
you
there.
wouldn't have it hotkeyed to just go like that. Forge, you had to like go through all the menus and like get through the
Oh,
different
well-
things. That's how the Fallout system's built.
Maybe you limit that to a certain thing.
I don't think they're gonna do.
Because essentially then the...
Bethesda doesn't seem like
No.
the studio to jump on a trend
No.
and just rush a game into development.
Unlike Activision.
No, they're not gonna do that. And so it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be your survival. And I don't think
Yeah,
it's gonna be a
group survival.
$60 game. I think it's gonna. If I'm them, and if this has been something I've already been working on,
Mhm.
and I want to capitalize, because they're probably gonna announce another big game, either in this fall or for next spring. If I want to capitalize on all this goodwill about like, holy crap, this looks awesome, I want it, I don't launch at 60,
What do you launch at?
40. Because that's what's like a Sea of Thieves should have been.
Oh my
Sea
God,
of Thieves should have been a $40 game. It was not a $60 game. And it's one of the worst purchasing decisions I've ever made in like 5 years.
Destiny should have been a $40 game.
No, Destiny had way more shit than Sea of Thieves. Are you fucking kidding me? It was not worth the 80 some for the deluxe edition, but it's a $60 game. Definitely a $60 game. But Sea of Thieves was not. And this, if it's just a survival game, it's not a $60 game.
But if they also have a story mode... do
And
you
again, that
increase it?
becomes we see what they show at E3.
Yeah.
But if it's just survival with a bare minimum tutorial issue, like you have to get through the tutorial and the tutorial's the story, that's a $40 game.
I don't need a tutorial for survival, man.
But 7 Days has a tutorial.
No, I don't.
Yeah, they have a tree of do this quest, do this quest, do this, do this,
Oh
do
yeah,
this, do this.
gather that.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
If that's the story in Fallout 76, that's not a $60 game.
No.
That's a $40 game. I'd totally play the shit out of that.
I
at
doubt
40.
Bethesda would do a tutorial and call it the
It would be
story
way
mode.
more fleshed out than 7 days, but it's not going to be a 15-hour story.
No, you're not going to spend. Well, you probably could. I mean, it is a Fallout game.
Yeah, but I mean, if you went sequentially.
Yeah.
if you went
just chase
sequentially-
the milestone. Yeah.
Yeah, if you just chase that right out of the box, it's not going to be some long-winded God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn campaign.
Well, didn't they complain like? Wasn't it Vegas? They said, "Oh, it's like 2 hours shorter," but it was still like a 14-hour campaign if you ran it straight.
No, Vegas was long. 3 was short.
Was it?
3 is really short. You can get 3 done in like few hours.
Really?
You could burn through that story because like right out of the gate, you find out to go to River City.
Yeah.
And if you don't fuck around and just go right to
God.
River City, like that's a third of the game done in like an hour.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
See, I've
like,
never completed it.
Yeah, like you've never completed Fallout 3?
No Fallouts have.
Why are you not? Why did I start the Fallout 3 single player? Play that game, dude.
I'm just burnt out on. I put a lot of freaking hours into it.
Into
but
what?
Fallout.
Fallout 4 or Fallout 3?
Both. Not four. I'm sorry. 3 in Vegas.
Well, you never finished the story.
Never did. No.
It's pretty
I
short.
was a side quest monkey, dude. I was just everywhere. I freaking was just.
You should finish that game. It was awesome.
Probably should.
Yeah. So is that going to be a new single player thing, or are you going to actually start Assassin's Creed?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I have you on the schedule to start Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
so let me know if I need to take that off. All right, so that's it for us. Oh, of course, another thing I want to talk about is at E3. If this is what they're launching 2 weeks before E3, what are they going to show at E3? Like, are we going to get an Elder
Bethesda in
Scrolls
general?
6? Are we going to get, like, the next, like, main Fallout title tease? Be like, hey, we just started working on it kind of thing? Like, what new IP are they going to show?
Do you think you show gameplay of this?
Oh, yeah, you show gameplay. You tell us
Yeah.
when the beta's dropping.
What's this? How to get your
like,
keys?
Yeah, like, what's it going to launch at? Is it a $60 game? I don't know. Because I haven't checked the pre-orders, because apparently pre-orders are up.
Damn. All right.
Which I don't see. Don't pre-order off a trailer. Never do that, people. Like, it's just basically literally you saying, hey, no matter what you do and how bad you fuck me, I'm going to give you money anyway. Don't do that.
I think you definitely show gameplay and everything of this and talk about it. Probably new Elder Scrolls.
I would imagine that's like hey, that's coming out next holiday season.
Yeah, that's like this is what we do.
18 months from now, you're going to be playing a new Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. Now, with the Elder Scrolls, do you dare add in co-op? No, just keep it.
Nope. This is going to be one of the first games they've had in a while that's had co-op.
co-op.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they've always. I guess I don't know how you consider Elder Scrolls Online.
That's a different studio, though.
I thought it was through Bethesda.
They're the publisher.
Okay.
It's a different different developing company.
Okay.
I think.
I want to say it's Bethesda, but besides the point. I'll probably talk a little bit of that, of course. Also, do you drop a new IP or just keep running with what you got?
I think they're going to drop a new IP.
Think so?
Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, online game. Elder Scrolls Online.
It's ZeniMax,
ZeniMax?
which is Bethesda's basically parent company.
Okay.
But then it's their online company, so it's not Bethesda's proper studio.
Oh, okay.
It is somebody else.
Oh, ZeniMax did Guild Wars too? Holy shit.
Yep.
Good
All
game.
right. So, other things coming out in gaming news, another thing that's going to be coming to E3
Yeah.
is this one, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. I'm going to be streaming Assassin's Creed Origins soon-ish, probably tail end of June. Hoping to get that done before RTX. So it's one of the weirder stories of something leaking. Whereas, like we've seen, I remember when they leaked it was Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider coming out. That development, like 2 years ago, was leaked by someone on a train who saw a screenshot on someone's computer. A developer who was working on coding on their, he had like an hour-long train ride, so like, fuck it, I'll bang out some coding.
Yeah.
So the guy who was sitting next to looked over and was like, oh shit. And then immediately started took a couple quick phone shots and uploaded them to a site, and that's how that development leaked.
Holy crap.
This one might be just
Bond
dumber.
crap.
Not weirder, but dumber. So the Assassin's Creed Odyssey was leaked by a keychain. This one's from Chris Planta. I don't know how you say his last name. On Polygon. The only reason I went with the Polygon one again was because they have a better photo than the Kotaku article. So Assassin's Creed Odyssey may be the next entry in Ubisoft's time-bending action franchise. A French video game website, I don't know, Jeux Video, I don't fucking know, posted an image of a novelty keychain promoting the unannounced title. The report claims the image and additional info comes from a source that goes by the alias Arctic Blue and describes it as a follow-up to Assassin's Creed Origins, meaning not quite direct sequel, but some characters are going to cross over, a la Assassin's Creed 4 and Assassin's Creed like Rogue, where like Adewale and even Kenway and his legacy shows up between Assassin's Creed 4 and Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Like, there's some crossover there, and they're going to be more closely aligned in the terms of when they happen. So this is the keychain. It's a Spartan helmet on a keychain, and that is the article, and that is the image that leaked the game.
It's a collectible?
So they were probably just going to hold this for E3, but then they decided to put out a quick little thing on Twitter to be like, well, fuck. Sorry. It's going to happen now. Someone's fired over this. And this is the image of them, of a Greek soldier basically punting a dude off a cliff.
That's pretty baller.
Yeah.
Spartan.
Basically, this is Greece. Punt him right off. So that's the next one. I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I don't have much more to go on other than it's probably going to be set during the time of Alexander the Great because he's in Assassin's Creed Origins. So it's, or maybe right after his death. I don't know. And other than that, I don't have much to add for that one. Moving on, we have a little bit Destiny news. Oops. Oh, that broke.
Reload.
Bungie gets $1 million, $100 million, I should say, from NetEase to build new non-Destiny IPs. Plural IPs. That's the big one. So Bungie, obviously, they want to expand past Destiny. There's been a little friction between them and Activision over the last couple titles. Yeah. And there's been some issues with their fan community.
Big issues.
Yeah, and no doubt they're looking to the future. I mean, they left fucking Halo in the hands of Microsoft to go do their own thing. Yeah. They're clearly forward, like constantly looking at the next thing. They found a new partner, and that'd be NetEase. They're a Chinese tech company. They've invested $100 million into Bungie for minority stake in the publisher. So like they're going to be getting some returns and cut of the profits for all their future endeavors, or maybe just this specific one. That's yet to be determined. NetEase also runs the China side stuff for practically every major Blizzard game. So like your StarCraft 2, let me see, they had a list down here.
Overwatch, Hearthstone.
No, Overwatch wasn't on the list.
I thought Overwatch was.
Nope. Where'd that go?
Because you sent me the message that had Overwatch in it.
Let me pull that up. Go to Discord.
Yeah.
What article did I pull that from?
Double Secret Threat.
Oh, VG 24/7. Oh. It was Overwatch.
Yeah, they pulled everything except for World of Warcraft.
Yes, like StarCraft 2, Overwatch, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, Diablo 3. They handled the launch and support of those titles in China. So
that's
the game's probably coming to China, and they're going to be getting a lot of money out of it. So
would it be just? I hope it's not just a Chinese.
It can't be. No way. That would limit them so much.
Who would?
And they're not based in China, so like there's no way they launch in just China. No way. Not even a possibility.
Do you think they go with another shooter?
That's practically all they've ever done. Is like sci-fi and sci-fi shooters. That's it. So yeah, it's probably gonna be a sci-fi shooter.
Okay.
I would imagine so, at least. It would have to be a pretty big break for them to do something different.
Do they go the RPG route or just go with another?
Even then, it's gonna probably retain shooter elements. It'll be like.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, do you go with like I would want to say.
I don't know.
Like
it depends on what NetEase wants. Like, do they want to sink $100 million into an experiment in an RPG, or do they want a Destiny clone?
Yeah,
a la kind of game.
Just something better than Destiny.
Yeah, or they want them get them back into doing single player shooters with a multiplayer component, a la Halo. But if Bungie went back to that, I'd be all for that. It obviously doesn't have to be Halo, but something pretty similar.
Something on the same ballpark.
Cool to watch. Moving on again. We're back in PUBG, and this is about the new update, as well as something that came out after the update, or right before the update, I guess. I actually got to play the new update. They're making some big changes to grenades, which this is basically the update we could call "Get Joey Back into PUBG."
Very true, because they made Molotov cocktails a heck of a lot more powerful and they actually burn better, if I remember right.
Yeah, so the newest update
wood?
for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is here, and it's bringing a few big improvements to items most people don't use often, as well as much-needed performance upgrades, which I can speak to. The gameplay is smooth as hell right now. I was playing last night. So the biggest change with the update, patch 14 on the 1.0, several tweaks to several different kinds of grenades. Flash grenades, or sorry, we're starting with frag grenades.
Oh, frags.
They're getting a little bit of buff to their damage and area of effect.
So they're going back on what they did to it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Stun grenades will now prevent you from not only seeing the blinding white flash that Joey likes to get everyone with, you'll also be deaf, which is a high-pitch kind of ringing, and it's going to shake your aim.
It's even gonna be better when you're driving a vehicle. It's gonna be so much
he's gonna love it.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And Molotovs are getting a lot more dangerous because they're bigger area of effect on the splash damage, and it'll actually spread on wood surfaces.
That's when I fucking love that.
So in close quarters, people on stairwells and stuff, they're fucked.
Oh, there's just gonna be
That's your go-to.
Yeah.
Don't even bother with a shotgun. Get a Molotov in there, which I'm
That's gonna be
all
awesome.
for that.
Yeah, I've gotten shafted a couple times at Gatka because I had Molotov, and it wouldn't go downstairs. It stayed in like the staircase.
Yeah.
I was like, oh well, that's all I got.
That's not how flames work, but okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, where's the other thing that I saw?
So like, last time they changed the update on the damages from because the grenades would launch you in the air, then you hit the ground, it did your damage. Then does it instant damage when it goes off? Or
It's always been doing that.
okay.
It's always been doing that.
Okay.
It never launched you in the air.
Moved you back. I should
Yeah,
say.
it affected your motion, but it didn't. You couldn't grenade jump.
You can grenade jump.
You die.
Yeah. I was like,
you'd be dead
you
before you-
technically
yeah.
jumped.
Yeah. So anyway, the grenades aren't the only change. Of course, they've also done some work on the back end to improve performance, improving the frame rate and network performance, as well as doubling the server tick rate to help keep the game running smooth consistently. So basically, far less lag.
Yeah.
Which was one of the biggest constant complaints, and that's now fixed.
That indoors.
Yeah, which was a part of the lag, though,
Yeah.
because they were very dependent on your ping.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'd be duplicating your action before it could do it.
Yeah, because at some point in time we were just shooting doors instead of opening.
Yeah.
We were just like, nope, it's easier.
And along with this, the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds PC developers have promised big performance changes after they essentially apologized, saying like we've fallen short on our development promises.
That's good.
They've had to deal with a lot of stuff on the back end, but still, they have fallen behind on where they wanted to be.
Yeah.
The big thing out of this article I want to get to is down here at the bottom. Now, not everything is bad news to fix a problem or deal with malfactors like cheating and stuff. They have said that the new map, the Sandhawk map, is expected to be live on servers by the end of June, and it will carry a new vehicle, pictured here below, called the Tukshai, or however you say that word. It's a drivable three-wheel vehicle like an auto rickshaw.
I'm excited for that because I need to get a kill with it now.
Yeah, it looks like a fun vehicle. That looks like a Joey vehicle right there.
This looks like, I'm passing up every other vehicle to get to this vehicle.
Yeah, like I said, this update and the news coming out is basically going, Joey, we want you back.
We need you back, bro.
And having played the update Friday night, much smoother performance, and I'm excited to do another squad night now that they have fixed a lot of the major problems in the game that have kept specifically squad play from really taking off. So I'm looking forward to that.
So, like, do you think it's too late for them to start gaining back some players? Or...
Not necessarily. I mean, we've seen games like what's another game that I would say?
Well, first Destiny had a big down and then back up.
Exactly, they had a Taken King level,
which is a totally different game after Taken King.
Yeah, like. And it depends on what other competitors do. Like, I don't think the H1Z1 is going to keep going.
I think they're tuckered.
I think they get a bump from that. PUBG gets a bump from that. Like people that were playing that, they're probably not going to go to Fortnite.
No, probably not.
Unless they're fans of the Auto Royale mode.
Yeah.
There's no real comparison to that other than maybe like a Rocket League or something.
That'd be tough to find though.
So other things we got, because we're about 40, maybe 38 minutes. No, about 35 minutes.
Battlefield
into
10
our
is it?
actual
Sorry,
podcast.
I think it'll be good.
So this is just a little bit of a banner to have in the background while we're talking. And I'm gonna go back to editor and actually no, I'm just gonna go to full webcam.
Okay.
What? We've been on the small one for a while. So we're talking E3. What do we want to see at E3? Because that's coming up. Is it next weekend? It's next weekend, right?
2 weeks. 10 days?
What's the days of what days are E3?
It's a start of Friday?
What day is it?
Oh god, I don't know. Well, Tom's typing things I want to see. Microsoft step up a little bit in the gaming department. Kind of cool.
It's June 12th, so 10 days.
10 days. Okay, nailed it. That'd be kind of nice. I think Sony's been kind of just been running away with it for a bit.
A bit, like 4 years.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Yeah.
They just have the better exclusives. I mean,
Well, yeah, totally. Which is why I think Microsoft's going to come out of the gate with Halo 6, Gears 5, and something else. Like, I don't know if they announce an exclusivity contract with like a third-party IP, or if they just like, hey, we're getting our own. Like, I would love if they announce the next Rocksteady game, because like for a long time we've been hearing rumors that they're working on a Superman game. Rocksteady are the people that made the Arkham series.
Okay. Really good.
Imagine if Microsoft comes out with the Superman theme, the John Williams theme, and the Rocksteady logo, and it's exclusive to Xbox.
That'd be kind of cool.
That like because it would counter, your Sony with your Spider-Man, or the Square Enix is doing that Avengers title, which I'm actually really excited to see. I'm hoping we get something fucking cool as hell. Yeah, they're doing an Avengers like reassemble game, which looks amazing. Like the teaser trailer was like, damn, if that's their engine, that looks great. Of course, it's going to look great regardless because Marvel doesn't want shit on their product anymore.
No, they don't.
So like they're not letting the stupid adaptations come out of a video game. So of course it's going to look awesome. I'm really excited to see what that Avengers title looks like. And then I would love if Microsoft said like, hey, we get Superman, we get all DC. Like,
would you?
That'd be great.
Superman one?
They already they've said that like they really want to do a Superman game. So, and it's Rocksteady. They fucking nailed the Arkham series. Like. Well, that is one of the best trilogies of games I've ever played. It's awesome. Like, the mechanics are great, story's great, the voice cast is great, the engine's great. Like, it just looks good. I would love to see a Superman in that style. That look awesome.
What other superhero would you want to see in that style?
Oh, you'd want to see Flash. I want them to do the whole Justice League.
That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
I'm more down for Arrow.
Oh, yeah, Green Arrow.
For sure.
Awesome. And you would just have Stephen Amell come in and do the mocap.
Thank you.
You'd just come in and he'd have the suit on and do the mocap, and it'd be amazing.
Him. Oh, man.
All right. Anything else?
Gear 6 should be fun.
5.
Gears 5, sorry. Yeah. It's Halo 6, yeah.
Yeah, Halo 6.
What are they gonna... So what Halo 6 story? Anything, or just Halo 6 title?
I assume it's been a bit since Halo 5, hasn't it?
Yeah, been a good time.
2 years? Just about. I would imagine they're going to have something to show in engine.
Okay.
Like maybe a cutscene or something. Maybe the intro cutscene to Halo 6.
Yeah.
That would be really cool because like people clearly were pissed they went away from Chief.
Yeah.
They were banking on the fact that they could maybe get another group of actors to like take the reins and move on. People clearly don't want that. So I want the focus to be on Chief and Blue Team this time. Because you're in canon, Blue Team's alive, they're back, kicking ass. Let's get some Blue Team actual shit with Nathan Fillion's Buck. That's it. That's all I want. Yep. I want Chief and them to be like, basically being like all tactical and stuff, and then Nathan Fillion just pops up to be like, man, you guys are awesome.
This is really fun.
Really glad I'm hanging with you this time.
We should hang
Cut
out
to black. That'd be so great. I would watch. I would love that game if it was just Blue Team with Buck.
That'd be pretty cool.
Give me that game. Make it happen.
Would you do another? Would be kind of a stretch, but do another ODST?
I don't know. Like I think at this point
you have to do it.
They need to fix their mainline title. Yeah. They need to get back on track.
Yeah.
And Microsoft needs an exclusive to land.
They do. They need something to stick.
They need something to come out guns blazing and go, fuck yes. Yep. Now what I would love to see is the Microsoft press conference start with the Halo theme, with the monks and the guitar. Just
yes.
Like, remember when they announced God of War and they had that orchestra and the singers, going off, like, with the drums and everything? Do that with the Halo soundtrack. That place would fucking explode.
Oh, it would just be freaking... And have, a Master Chief cosplayer come up, just all freaking...
Yeah, I mean, you don't even need a cosplayer. I just want the music, and then you see Phil Spencer. Just, coming out, he just, rises up, the stage comes up, and he just rises up as the monks kick up. It'd be fucking amazing.
That would be pretty
probably Frank O'Connor, too. He's the guy who heads 343 Industries.
Oh, okay.
He was a big Bungie guy too. I would love to see that. So that's kind of it for. We don't have a ton for E3 predictions because we know some of the big games are already going to be there. You know, your Red Dead 2s, obviously Fallout 76, Battlefield 5, Assassin's Creed, Death Stranding is going to have something. The Spider-Man game that's coming out this year will probably have its final trailer and gameplay reveal. So we know a lot of the bigger stuff where it's at, and I'm curious to see what the Bethesda's, you know, your Square Enix's, your Rares, and everyone else. I'm curious to see what the individual developers do with their times and everything, but yeah, for Sony, I mean, they're just going to double down on what they got coming out. Yeah. Probably going to announce a Horizon Zero Dawn sequel, maybe announce a God of War sequel because that did so well. Oh, God, maybe they'd be like, hey, it's not in development yet. We're working on it. This is like maybe bring Cody Barlog out to talk about it. He's the developer, the lead writer and artist, I think, for God of War. Okay. And maybe have him come out and be like, hey, this is what we're working on. You know, that'd be pretty cool. That's like all I got for E3 stuff. How about you?
Do you think we'll actually get correct me if I'm wrong, Death Stranding, we'll get some gameplay of that instead of a kick-ass trailer?
I think we'll get another trailer, and then Kojima will maybe show off some, like, it's still going to be early. They still said it will not be coming out until 2020, basically.
Okay, damn, okay.
It's not gonna be ready by next year.
Oh, okay, so there's trailers then?
I think it's going to be another trailer, and then Kojima maybe talking about the story in the world over test footage of, like, maybe like the initial level or something. Yeah. You know.
Okay.
That's what I'm guessing.
Because I'm kind of curious what it's gonna be like. Because it was just such
this fucking off the walls crazy in the trailers. Like it's like what the fuck is going on?
Because I first watched the trailer, I'm like, what is it? What am I watching here?
Yeah. It's crazy.
I just want to see a movie of it or like a TV series on it.
It's gonna be a weird one, and I'm curious to see where they go.
It's gonna be super freaking trippy.
So that's actually it for video games. We're sort of where I wanted to be. Another thing that we've done, or how we do a lot actually, is go watch movies. Here at the Bottom Shelf Nerds. We both went to see Solo and Deadpool 2, and so we're gonna talk a little bit about that. Not a ton, because we don't want to talk like for fucking ever on these topics. Because we got to get into some games, because we're gonna play fucking Cluster Truck after this. And you can watch live if you're on YouTube. You should just head over to twitch.tv/bottomshelfnerds, and you can hang out with us every other week when we do this podcast, and when we go live, 5 to 6 times a week playing the games and the stuff. So Joey, do we want to go in order of release date? Talking about the movies, Deadpool 2.
Let's start with Deadpool.
All right, we'll start with Deadpool 2. Yeah. So we went and saw Deadpool 2 in Mason City. Same with Solo we saw in Algona.
So yeah.
So what do you think of Deadpool 2?
Enjoyable. It was a good comedy.
More so than the first?
Great
action. Less so than the first?
I would say because when Deadpool first was announced, I didn't know what to expect really.
Yeah.
And then I'd say number 1 is probably good because more like shocking, like holy cow, I didn't know what they're gonna do here. But comedy I think was a little bit better in no. Comedy's probably better in number 2. There's better parts, I would say.
Yeah, we'll pick it up from there. I agree. I think 1 is mostly better. It's a tighter story. It's smaller. It's a revenge story. Like it's tighter. Like it's a smaller scale. This one, it's bigger. There's some set pieces that are fucking amazing that blow anything in the first one out of the water. And a couple of the comedy scenes in this one blow anything in the first one out of the water. But this one slows down, has more lulls than the first one did, which barely had any. Like it was pretty constantly going and constantly awesome. Like one of the slowest parts in that one is like the pizza delivery guy at the beginning when he's like fucking with him with the knife, and that's still awesome.
Yeah, it's still pretty good scene. Yeah.
This one had a couple moments where it's like, okay, this is just too much of this. The prison scene when they're in the cell.
Oh,
it's
they're
like
talking.
Yeah, it's just too long.
Yeah.
The first movie didn't have stuff like that, but this there's one scene in the apartment that the entire theater was laughing for like 5 minutes. It was fucking perfect. The gag was great. The jokes were great. The dialogue was awesome. The timing from all the actors and actresses, perfect.
It's just his natural instinct, or no, it's his basic instinct.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Redo the line. Feed me good.
Yeah, it's so good. So good. And the final fight is leagues better than the first one, especially in regards to the supporting characters. Deadpool actually has less to do in this one than he did in the first fight, which is all about him and Ajax, which is great. This one, the supporting characters and the final fight sequence were fucking great.
They were pretty fun.
Like Domino was awesome throughout the entire movie, showing off her luck-based powers and like how it all just kind of like domino effect. Domino is great. It was awesome. And Colossus was fucking awesome. The final fight versus him, and I don't want to spoil who he's fighting, but it's a big Marvel villain in the X-Men universe, and it's such a great fight and great payoff to some of the jokes throughout, like some of the quips that Deadpool has to him during the movie.
Yes.
They turn up and show up in this fight, and like there's some payoff there, and it's visually one of the coolest fights. Like they do justice to a character that even the X-Men proper movies haven't done.
Yeah.
And they show Colossus being fucking awesome for an extended fight. Like the first fight between him and Angel, pretty short, and he gets his ass kicked.
Yeah.
This one, no, he's the one kicking all the asses, and it's fucking awesome. I want to go see it again just for that scene.
The soundtrack on that fight,
and the soundtrack for that fight
hilarious,
the soundtrack is really good. The Deadpool rap remix with for X-Force from Team Headkick, so good. Great soundtrack, cool action, funny quips. I would say it's ever slightly so a lesser movie than 1, but with better highs.
Yeah,
it's just that it's got lows that keep it from keeping consistently high at number 1. So, Ty, have you seen that movie yet? You're still in the chat, right? Hopefully you are.
Pretty freaking good.
Or if there's any other lurkers, too. You let us know what you thought of Deadpool 2, and we'll tell you why you're wrong if you don't agree with us. All right. So moving on, another movie we saw literally a week later. You haven't seen it yet? Oh, wait, you haven't ditched it yet. Haven't ditched us yet, and you haven't watched it.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to avoid some spoilers. Have you seen Solo, Ty? Because we're going to talk about Solo. Well, if you have not seen it, we will keep spoilers totally free. You have my word.
Okay.
Feel free to unsub and unfollow if we break that. Now, I don't like spoiling movies. If you haven't seen it, I love movies. I do not want to spoil the experience for you, regardless of if you don't care or not. I don't want to ruin it.
They were cool.
Oh, you've heard all the spoils at work?
Okay.
Well, fuck your coworkers, okay? And fuck the patients. Slap them. They start spoiling the movie and be like, no, I will rip this IV out of your arm. Shut your face.
Stab him twice.
Yep, I will purposefully blow your fucking vein next time I stick you if you fucking don't spoil a damn thing. All right. Okay, so Solo. Yes. We saw 2 weeks ago now? Week and a half ago now? Just about?
God, yeah.
Yeah.
A full week.
So, what'd you think of Solo?
Good. Good action. I liked it as a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't rate up there pretty high, but it's still better in like a good chunk of them.
Okay. So where would you put it in context of the new movies? The new 4?
Probably
so Force
third
Awakens,
or fourth.
Last Jedi, Rogue One, and this one.
Probably 3rd or 4th.
What's below it if you put it at 3?
No, it can't. It's gotta be 4th.
You putting... Hello,
Maybe
Logic, what's up?
Maybe Force Awakens?
Whoa, you have Force Awakens as the worst of the new ones?
That or the
you
freaking
fucking
Last
high?
Jedi.
I agree with that.
I haven't watched either.
By the way, Logic, heads up, we're talking Solo, so if you don't want spoilers, let us know.
But yeah, it's either 3rd or 4th. It's not really top dog.
Okay, I agree.
It's not a Rogue One.
A lot of people that I follow are like, one reviewer that I follow totally agrees. Like, it's why I follow the guy, because we're pretty in line. That's Jeremy Johns. But a lot of the people that I watch, like the Funhouse stuff, and they spoil, and they're like, oh, it was a really good movie, and I didn't have great expectations, but it was really good. I'm like, I don't agree. And I'm in the OCC, the Oxford Comic Cafe on roosterteeth.com. And they're like, oh, it was really great. I thought it was a great heist movie. And I'm like, was it though? I don't agree. It could have been a great Star Wars heist movie. Yeah. It could have been their Ant-Man. It
didn't feel like a heist movie.
It's a heist movie.
Not to me, it doesn't.
It's literally it's a heist that fails, then it's a heist that succeeds. And then it's 2 heists.
To me, there's a lot of crossing, double crossing.
Stuff. That's heist movies though. That's what they kind of are.
I don't know. I just didn't get the vibe from it. Don't know why.
I agree. That's what I'm getting at. I agree with you. It was set up as a heist movie that I don't think they executed on for shit.
Yeah.
Because they jam all this shit in, and they don't establish. There's only 2 characters that have established backstory other than literally 5 hours together. Like a heist movie is built on character interactions, right?
Yeah.
Like one of the all times great Ocean's 11,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
You understand that you get the vibe that all these characters know each other. They've worked they've worked
Yep.
jobs together. They have or they know of each other. Like it's a lived in, breathed in world, and not just in the world, because obviously Star Wars we understand that it's a lived in, breathed in world.
Yeah.
They did great world building around the characters.
Oh yeah.
The characters themselves were totally just, oh, hi, we met. Now we're friends. We're going to work with you.
Yeah.
Then you're going to double cross me. I guess I should have seen that coming.
Oh no.
Like, it's just so happened so fucking fast.
Yeah.
Like, in particular, Woody Harrelson's character and Han meet, like, a day later they're going on a job.
Yeah, together.
And
yeah.
then shit
trusts
goes
him.
down. Then they get roped in by Woody Harrelson's boss to go do another job that gets weird. And then we're supposed to care that Woody Harrelson betrays him, or like, you know, and he meets Chewie all in that span of time too.
Oh yeah.
Like, but that they nailed. Like
that
they
was pretty
nailed
good,
them
though.
being friends and like the fact that they get each other and
Yeah.
that they're helping each other. That they actually did. I think that's the best part of the whole movie is Chewie and their relationship. Chewie fucking kicks ass in this movie.
He does.
Lando's awesome too. Donald Glover's really good, but he's not really consequential to the end plot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do some backstory on the fly, but like especially among the leads, like your Brad Pitt, your George Clooney, your Matt Damon, they work. You know, especially Brad Pitt, George Clooney. They're your two leads for Ocean's 11. You get that they know each other. You get that they've worked together and that they're friends, right? And their story at the end and how it ties into their relationships that have preceded the movie work far better than they do in like a Solo. Because like I didn't give two shits about what happens to Kira at the end. Because you know what? She's not in the original trilogy. Han never talks about her.
Yeah.
We never see a thing about her.
Never referenced.
So the best thing that she could do is get a Solo movie and not Solo, no pun intended there, to get a separate movie that has nothing to do with the rest of the universe.
Yeah.
Because not a bad character.
No, good
And
character.
Emilia
I
Clarke,
thought.
totally fine. But like, she just didn't do anything. Like, I didn't get the connection between her and Han. You know?
All we knew is like when he first stole the fuel. I can't remember what it's called. Eventually, like they were just like little kids planning like
To get away.
get away from this horrible planet and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, it's kind of like
It was all right. And then they just don't see each other for 3 years, and we're supposed to buy that. You know?
he still cared. I never got that vibe.
Yeah, I didn't get that. Get
yeah.
that. And the stupid dice.
Where?
When the fuck did that become a thing?
After
It was in Last Jedi. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, and that it kind of worked because it was a visual representation of the letting go.
Yep.
But why do we need to keep making that a thing?
I don't know.
They're in the OG trilogy when he bangs his head on them.
Yeah.
Like he runs into them by accident, and they're never referenced again.
Yeah.
And now they're just this thing that's like so important to his fucking character.
Well, and
What?
like, I thought he won the dice from Lando, and
But they
like-
never talk about it.
yeah, he just has the dice right away. I'm like, whoa, he's already seen Lando then? That's what I assumed, but no, it was that's where it confused me because I thought he won the ship on a game of dice against Lando, and that's why he has the dice. for some
No, he won
reason.
this. He won the ship in a game of Sabacc, which is the
Yeah.
game they're playing.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is the card game.
yeah, but for some
Yeah.
reason I thought like the dice reference how he got the ship and stuff like that.
I didn't.
And,
they
like,
didn't mean
I was-
anything in the OG trilogy. They were just there.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, and then they just made them mean a thing.
yeah.
Which ties into another topic about like why they should not have ever let different directors direct main saga movies, ever. You should have picked a guy for 3 movies and stuck with him. You talk about great trilogies. They're very rare where the trilogies are different directors. You know, like what's going on in my? Is that your phone or mine?
I don't know. I think it's
Okay. It's very rare. So, like, you have your J.J. Abrams, and then the next director just shits on everything that he had set up and changes meaning of his thing that maybe Abrams didn't give a fuck about. The dice, the Falcon, Han and Chewie, you know, they're in Force Awakens.
Yeah.
We don't see shit about the dice. And then all of a sudden they mean something in the next movie because it's a different director, which means the next director in the follow-up movie has to use them too. No, that's stupid. That's bad world building. Like, that's bad. Well, I have Notepad because I have my show order on my Notepad. Super fucking professional, Rhoda. Don't you know? That's bad world building is what I'm saying with the whole dice thing. That and the the fucking name thing. Like the what's your name? What's your people?
Oh.
I don't have people. Solo. So fucking just like dropping a bag of hammers on your head, and that's why his name is Solo? Why didn't you just fucking make it his actual last name? Or maybe he didn't even pick his last name.
He did it.
Like,
He went to character generation and pressed random and he stuck with Solo.
yeah. I remember sitting in the theater going, did that just fucking happen?
I was like, can you just be like player one then or something? I don't fucking know.
It was so dumb. I don't understand it. And then at the end, the final act of a Heights movie, it's supposed to be this all like, you know, the one guy thinks he's won, and then, you know, kind of a little mustache twirling, which was fine. Paul Bettany was great in that role.
Oh, God.
He only had 2 scenes, but he was very good. Which, again, kind of speaks to maybe not using your cast the best way. And again, part of that is the back end of this movie. They fired the directors, which is, it could have been their Ant-Man if it was with Lord and Miller. Oh, it could have been their Ant-Man, and it'd have been fucking great. But then it's Ron Howard, and all this stuff's been shot. Maybe they couldn't get Paul Bettany back because of like Avengers stuff, you know? Hard to say how that logistically worked out. But he was only in 2 scenes, and he was really good, though.
He nailed all those scenes. I mean,
and maybe they just couldn't get him back for more. Hard to say. But
fuck, when he was in it, he fucking...
that third act, you know, everything's supposed to go down, and then there's supposed to be this twist. You know, like every heist movie's got a twist.
Oh, God, yes.
About how, like, you find out how the guy thinks he caught the thieves and everything, and he's going on about them, and then boom, twist, they got away with it.
Yeah.
That didn't hit at all, you know? Like, it just didn't...
Just saw it coming.
It just didn't feel like I should give a fuck. Like, and it didn't feel satisfying, like, you know, thinking back on how they did it. You know how, like, not to bring it back to Ocean's 11 all the time, but how they show how they did it. You have a grin on your face. You're like, oh, that's how they fucking did it, right? You know, like when they see like when they blow up the magazines instead of the money and have the remote control van and shit. It's a satisfying. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Solo doesn't have that. You have your Rebel stand-ins, which I kind of like one tie-in. One of the Rebels crew, like the crew from that like broke up the first heist, who show up in the end.
Yeah.
Enfys Nest, however, one of her crew is damn near a twin, if not the same character as someone who works for Saw Gerrera in Rogue One. Could have been a younger version. The guy with the mask kind of looked like Plo Koon from Clone Wars.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the weird bald head, and he's got the like a breather mask on, got a staff.
Oh.
And he was like Saw Gerrera's second in command in Rogue One. And it looks like he's in that crew, which nobody I've seen talk about be like the Rebel Cell thing. No one's talking about that. I'm like, that looks damn near like the guy. It'd be crazy for them to use that design again if it's not that guy. But that crew, copy their design for a Destiny movie if you ever do it. If you ever do Destiny live action, they were riding sparrows with Destiny armor.
The armor is perfect. Like, I wanted it.
The helmet was like, oh shit, they just basically, someone played Destiny and then the next day came in with a bunch of character designs. That's what it looks like.
I was like, I want my hunter to have that headset.
Yeah.
like
that's basically their crew.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's a cool design and aesthetically it looked great. Again, aesthetically, that was technically a really well done movie. Some great scenes. The Kessel Run was great, but I just didn't give a fuck about the characters except for 2.5 characters. You know? It just, yeah, you should be able to think about it, but be surprised when you figure out how it happened. Yeah. Solo didn't do that for me, and all these people that I'm friends with are like, oh, you know, I thought it was great, and I didn't see the twist coming, and I'm like, you didn't see the twist coming?
Yeah, I was like...
they could not have been more obvious.
That was the biggest lead. I was like, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, and especially because I'd have bought the betrayal more if the guy who betrayed him, he hadn't met literally 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
You know? And knowing that the character is not an idiot, like Han Solo, knowing that he's not an idiot, of course he's not going to trust a guy he's known for 24 hours. You know, he trusts Chewie because he's literally escaped prison with the guy.
Yeah.
You form a pretty quick bond over that. But, which was a great scene. With them meeting, that was really fucking well done.
Oh no, I can't take it anymore.
And, of course he's not going to trust him.
Yeah.
You didn't see that coming? Like, that's not how a good betrayal works. The betrayal needs to come from a character that you identify with. Like if Lando had been the one to betray them, or if Chewie had been the one to betray them, I'd have been all in on that. And then if Chewie had turned around in the end and helped save him, that'd have been great. But they didn't give Chewie enough backstory to make him be the betrayer.
Yeah.
In this one, you know, like he didn't get a ton, but he just got some great action scenes, not a ton of character development. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Solo. I think it is the second worst, much like Joey, of the new 4. My ranking goes Force Awakens, Rogue One, Solo, and The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi had some great action scenes. One of the coolest shots in Star Wars with the hyperspace bullet.
Oh, yeah.
Goddamn. Thanks for catching that, Rhoda. I appreciate that. But yeah, so I think it's the second worst movie of the OG4, like Joey says, and yeah, that's kind of where I'm landing on it. Yeah. I don't want to get into too much of the weeds on Star Wars itself.
Do you think it would have made it better if they would have gone a couple more heists and then have one really bad botched one for
the first one's a botched one though? Yeah,
but I mean, like, let's say they actually succeeded that one, got it there. But then they had to do another one for some reason.
It'd have been a 3-hour movie.
I mean,
it was already 2:10.
Yeah,
that's long. It felt long in some spots. There was a sweet fucking cameo though. Montage would have been cool.
Yeah,
I'd love for a montage. Like,
that'd be cool.
I'm a sucker for a really well done montage.
Then you could do like, oh, they're bonding, they know each other. Then they have more spirit. So then the
betrayal, then the third act fucking matters.
Yeah, then it like you hit it, but you didn't get that. You're like, oh,
yeah,
okay. I don't give a fuck. Shoot him.
Yeah, I don't care. You know, it literally did nothing for me emotionally. And it's not a bad movie. Like, I'm not saying it's awful. I think The Last Jedi was a decent movie, but a terrible Star Wars movie. This one is not a terrible Star Wars movie. It's just not a memorable one.
Yeah.
You know, it's better than it's better than any of the prequels. It's just not as good as the OG or Force Awakens for me.
Yeah.
And Rogue One's third act. Oh my God, Rogue One's third act. That fucking 3-level storytelling about like the space fight, the ground fight, and then the fight to get the files. Oh shit. What a great third act. My God, that moment with the Corvettes when they call them up to fucking ram the EMP'd Star Destroyer into the other Star Destroyer. That is one of the greatest moments I have ever watched in a theater. That got my blood fucking going, and it gets my blood fucking going right now just thinking about it.
That was a really epic fight scene, I'd have to say.
It was so good.
Probably one of the better ones in Star Wars.
It's so
if
good.
Not the best.
And then Last Jedi follows it up with some great fucking, like, like the Looper montage. Thank you.
Yeah.
The Looper montage. You that didn't even take too long.
I forgot about that movie, but I fucking
great
love
movie.
that movie.
And that's from Rian Johnson, the guy that did Last Jedi. I was so excited for Last Jedi, and then it just shadowed over my expectations. Yeah. Like, Luke, he doesn't give a fuck. Like, yeah, it's been 30 years since everything went to shit for him, but fuck it. He's an asshole now.
Yep.
You know?
Big old mean prick.
Yeah, I don't get it.
The whole book thing threw me off too.
Yeah.
Like when the thing struck the... I don't know.
Yeah,
it's super freaking just...
I don't want to get into The Last Jedi again. I don't. That would take too long.
Yeah.
I like Solo because, in my opinion, Han is not the Han we know. He is starting to learn. That is one of the best parts of that movie. Is you understand, you get his progression. I didn't like the on the noseness in the he's got his jacket and his boots and his dice and his blaster and his name all in like a very short amount of time.
Oh yeah.
Now understanding that he's probably not going to get a sequel given the lackluster response of it. I mean, it's making money. It's going to make its budget back and then some. I don't know if it's going to get Star Wars sequel level money. I don't know. Now, Kira and Darth Maul, that might get a sequel. Spoilers, Darth Maul is in this movie. Super inconsequential to the movie. He just shows up.
Yeah.
Like, just a cameo, not a single part of the story.
Technically, just a hologram.
Yeah, with Sam fucking Witwer's voice. Just like, fuck yeah. We're not going to get a Star Killer movie, but we will at least get some Sam Witwer back in the Star Wars cinematic, the actual movies, and not on the TV side. Because, man, he's been Darth Maul on the show, and it's so good. Yeah, this stupid, who are your people? So how about Solo?
I feel like you just like press like random.
Yeah, so dumb. Mass Sam Witwer, Rhoda? Okay.
Don't.
Timeout. Ban?
No. I'm almost with a little bit of Rhoda. Sam Witwer's a good actor and everything, but like, I don't know, the cloak things and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I don't know.
What?
I felt he did good in the movie, but like, I didn't like Lando that much in the movie.
That's not him. That's Donald Glover.
Jesus Christ! Wow.
Sam Witwer is Starkiller. He is Davis Bloom in Smallville.
I messed
He
up
was
pretty
crashed
well.
down in Battlestar Galactica.
messed
He's
up real
been
good.
he's been the voice of Darth Maul and a couple other characters in Rebels and Clone Wars.
Yeah.
You know, like
I messed up real good.
yeah, you really messed up.
That's all right, though.
He messed up. He messed up a black guy and a white guy, guys. Just saying. And Donald Glover was awesome as Lando. Obviously doing a Billy D. Williams impression, but Lando is a fully formed character in this movie. It's not a Lando origin movie. I would love to see a Lando in the sequel because more Donald Glover is always warranted. But
God, yes.
he was fantastic. Plus another thing too, with everything coming up solo in this movie, everything coming to form his character in 2 hours. I would have loved for them to keep the Millennium Falcon design with the escape pod.
Think so?
Like, because in the OG trilogy, he says, I've made some special modifications myself, but everything looks at the end of this movie like the OG movie. Like, if you'd have left the pod, and like, then you could, again, buy in the, I've made some special modifications myself line when he's showing them the ship in Mos Eisley. And yeah, it was kind of very paint by numbers at the end is really what I want to say about the end of Solo that I didn't particularly enjoy. It was still a decent time with the movies. I was glad we didn't go see it at $10 a ticket, though, myself. I thought Deadpool was a much better movie ticket than Solo, in my opinion. And again, that comes down to personal preference. That's why we talk about movies. Movies are entirely subjective because it's what you enjoy. And I jokingly get mad at people like Rhoda for like banning them for watching The Last Jedi, liking The Last Jedi. I don't really care. It's just fun to talk about and yell about because I like movies, but it's not a huge deal if you don't like what I like.
Well, speaking of going to see somewhere different, what about the trailers we saw?
Oh, yeah, the trailers. That we entirely agreed on. Like, and we saw the trailers back. We saw 4 trailers before this movie. And we both immediately looked over at each other and went, we're fucking talking about this in the podcast, aren't we?
Yeah, we don't have to see 2 of them because they fucking already said it.
Yeah.
Or they didn't say it, but they like basically showed beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah, the whole thing.
I was like, oh, that's
so
cool.
the 4 trailers we saw were Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and Skyscraper, Incredibles 2, and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yep.
Jurassic World and Skyscraper.
Showed everything.
I don't need to see the movie. I know exactly what they're doing. Like, the entire thing.
Yeah.
We gotta follow. Hey! Chosker?
Oscar?
Like Oscar with a CH?
That's cool.
If that's correct, let us know. Obviously, if you have a different spelling or a different pronunciation, let us know. So with those trailers, the first 2, I don't need to see them. And then they were immediately followed up by some great Disney trailers.
Yeah, they were.
Like,
and they showed it properly.
Yeah, like Incredibles 2 and Ant-Man, they just show you the setup.
Yeah, that's it.
And they show you the tone. And they show you a couple cool action scenes. And then that's it. You know,
Yeah,
like
that's
and
a trailer.
It sets it up perfectly with some great soundtrack. Like in the case of Ant-Man and the Wasp, it's a remix of It Takes Two, which is such a great remix. It's so good. I could watch that shit on loop. It's really good, and that's a great trailer. And everybody, I think, I can't say everybody, but comic book movies have gotten really fucking good at trailers.
Oh yeah,
like. The last bad comic book movie trailer I think I watched, and it kind of had to be a bad trailer, is Thor Ragnarok. You want to know why it had to be a bad trailer? Because the first 2 Thor movies sucked. They sucked. They in the fandom they aren't liked, and in the greater context of just regular moviegoers, they were really not liked. So, like they kind of had to show a lot of Thor 3 in the trailer to get people to buy back into Thor the character. They had to show off a lot of that movie to get the hype built up.
Get people into them.
Whereas like Ant-Man and other movies like that, they don't need that. Another great trailer though for me was
It's making fun of the shirt.
It was a bad movie. That's why it was a bad trailer. What the fuck, Ty? What? I'm Cork. I'm a rock. Don't be afraid. Unless you're a piece of paper. No, unless you're a pair of scissors. That's just some rock paper scissors joke for you. I think Ty. I think
really good stuff.
Yeah. Like, it was a great comedy, and if you just Like Joey, I don't think even Joey thinks it's a bad movie.
I don't think it's bad, but it's like there's just I feel forced in some areas. But I feel like it wasn't needed. I feel like I was just kind of like, here's a joke and some action, and then there's a joke.
It's a comedy.
I know, but I felt forced. It just.
No.
It's gonna be the freaking argument all over again.
All right, we're not having that one. But another comic movie that had a great trailer that preceded the movie to be shit. Actually, 2 of their movies did this. Suicide Squad and the Heroes trailer for Justice League, where they played David Bowie's Heroes. Holy shit, is that a good trailer?
Oh yeah.
When you see Superman played up as the dream and the cornfield conversation and the guitar riff into the chorus for Heroes. Oh fuck, that's a good trailer. Like, that's so good. I just watched the trailer. I don't even go watch the movie. I just want to watch the trailer because it's a damn good trailer. Because the movie... But, yeah, he ruined the DC Universe because he ruined Superman. That was the start and end of it. The casting was great, but the writing sucked. Yeah, they have an official Spawn.
Oh, yeah. I saw that trailer. I thought it was pretty good.
I don't think it was a trailer. I think they just announced casting news.
No, because it doesn't... I see, like, the...
That's Venom.
God dang it, Joey.
Jamie Foxx. Got it. He's going to be the new Spawn coming out. Liked Ragnarok, but what ruined it for me was they basically put Thor into Planet Hulk.
Sorry, Rhoda.
I agree, but Hulk was featured prominently into the advertising. Like, they didn't hide the fact that Hulk was in this movie and it was Planet Hulk. Like, I was very upfront about it. Yeah, wow, Joey. You confused Venom for Spawn. # unforgivable. It's been a building mountain for him lately.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna sink in it.
Yeah.
Go back.
So Joey, any closing thoughts before we get to the outro? Anything we want to circle back to? We've been going about an hour 10.
Like to make a Planet Hulk.
Exactly, Chaska. They'd love to make a Planet Hulk, but they cannot because they don't have the rights. Universal has the what's the word I'm trying to use? Production rights, maybe? To all Hulk.
Anything Hulk.
Yep. So if Hulk is the main, if he's the lead, if it's a Hulk movie, Marvel can't touch it without giving Universal, I think, majority profits. Because Universal doesn't have to redo that deal. Like they're in a position where they don't have to give a fuck. Whereas like Sony does, because Sony's bleeding money. Universal's not. Like they have fucking Fast and Furious.
Oh god.
They're not bleeding money. So,
no, they're not.
And they have a couple other franchises too that were huge. Do they have Jurassic World?
Is that Universal?
Universal had one in 1 year. They had $2 billion movies.
Jeez.
They were the only other company to do that besides Disney. And I think it's Fast and Furious and Jurassic Park World. I think that's Universal. That might be Paramount. I don't know. I'll look. I don't want to talk too much out my ass. I do that enough without getting into who owns what movie. So yeah, we're gonna end the podcast here. If you're watching live, you'll be able to watch us hopefully transition with you hated Fast and Furious. All right, well that's strike 2. All right,
You gotta watch yourself.
Just saying.
Who hates Fast?
Yeah, we're gonna transition into Wait.
You die inside.
What makes you want to die inside, Logic? I'm confused. I'm so confused right now.
It's alright.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to transition into Cluster Truck. We're going to be doing some co-op play as we transition to doing the live podcast. What we're going to do is podcast for about an hour-ish and then play some games.
Yep.
Either with chat or, like we might bring on Ty for one of these nights and List too, as well as anyone in chat, maybe, to play some Move or Die, because I have that game. Joey does it home too, so no matter who's streaming, we can play games like this. So we're going to transition into Cluster Truck. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a follow over at twitch.tv/bottomshelfnerds, because we'll be doing stuff like this every other week-ish. Depends on our schedule, of course. It's farm season right now, so who knows how the schedule might all shake out. But yeah, so thank you guys who are watching live in the chat. Hang out, and we'll be right back with some Cluster Truck. Mm-hmm. And for the YouTube people, bye.
Bye, YouTube people.